Oi, I swear, this is just not my day. So, another technical mishap, this one being that my hard drive decided to disconnect.
They look out for you.
It's a laptop hard drive that was repurposed with a hard drive enclosure, and the hard drive enclosure I got isn't exactly the best. Rather than having an on-off switch, it instead automatically disconnects the hard drive if it's been inactive for like 20 minutes. Of course, it doesn't always tell you this, and sometimes the light's still on so it looks like it's still connected and active, but it's not. So, while I thought I was recording, I actually wasn't, and that's fantastic. Hello there, Tripod, you are also fantastic. I love you guys so much. I've been calling them jerks a lot, so I figured I'd try for some positive reinforcement. See if they treat me better. Doesn't seem to be working though, unfortunately. So basically what I did, I'm just going to try running over here and see if that helps, although it probably won't. Yeah, I ended up making it through the area and going through that door, as well as deactivating the lockdown. As far as I can tell, that seems to have changed where some of the enemies are, although not all of them. And it's also added a few new enemies to the area. Workers that are utilizing flamethrowers that, for some reason, the game does not want to let me acquire. I can bust off their arms, but I won't actually get the flamethrower to use. So that's great. Come on, can you just die? Thank you. Wow, I can't believe that one didn't wake up. It was so close by. Alright, let me take care of this drone before Flame Boy shows up. Oh, there he is. Hey there, buddy. Yeah, that weapon is pretty crazy from what I've seen so far, and I'm not entirely sure how to deal with it. Because, like, I try getting closer to them, but as soon as I start attacking them, I just end up getting hit by the flame burst as they turn around. Ooh, they have to reload it every now and again. I guess that's how you're supposed to deal with them. Basically just wait out their attacks. Okay, so they have a block with a short counterattack, it looks like, so I can't just spam against them, and yeah, there goes all my healing. I need to visit that med station. Let's see, can I go for a backstab when they're in this stance? If I could do that, that would also help. Oh, perfect, I can, okay. So that's how I want to deal with these jerkbags. Basically, never try to attack in front of them because that's where they have the advantage. It's not worth trying to get their gear because not only can you not acquire their flamethrower, but they're just wearing the usual liquidator set, which I already have the schematics for. So there's really no point in me trying to execute them unless I want to make use of a new implant that I equipped. I also leveled up a bit. Aggression Amplifier V2, so now I restore 20% of my health each time I do an execution, which is pretty nice. Oh dear, oh, that flamethrower of theirs is so nasty. Doesn't look like it's like Neo and I can dash to get rid of the flames, unfortunately. So basically, run behind them and then go for the backstab. And that's basically the only real method you have of dealing with these jerks. Although even then, that's not super effective. I mean, you can get off one attack, but then if you try to follow up, they'll just block and counterattack. Honestly, I am not a huge fan of how the enemies in this area have been designed so far. They're just not all that fun to fight. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Alright, so I have two paths forward as far as I can tell. Oh wait, no, this was the door I came out of. That one over there was one I opened, and that was about when I realized, oh, I'm not actually recording. So I can go that way and try and fight that crane in the constantly damaging me acid, which I'm not going to do. Presumably I'll be able to get rid of it, or maybe find some way to weather it without taking damage at some point. For now, though, I'm leaving that for later. The other path is the door over that way, which I'll take in just a second. I want to revisit the med station so I can refill my injections. I really don't feel like going into a new area with no healing whatsoever. I feel like that is a recipe for disaster. I love having that health restore on executions implant back. This time more potent than ever. It's just so useful for topping off in between fights if you're only a little bit hurt. Let's see. Med station should be up here. Bingo. Gotta deal with Mr. Wolf first. Or Mrs. Wolf. As we've gone over, Creo are an equal opportunity employer. What a nice, evil organization. Let's get back. I really hope I don't run into some more technical issues, like something that causes the recording to corrupt, because I feel like that would dispirit me enough to just say, screw it, and not bother to record the rest of my playthrough and just do it on my own. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, so yeah, this is a new area. Tropical climate zone. Oh, it's another Biomaster. And since I already have it, I just get some upgrade materials, which is nice. I wonder why... Yeah, so basically the Biomaster is clearly intended to be the staff to give to Arena if you're not tough enough to take down these security guards, or just as an alternate option if you want to use it for yourself. And that's why they have a second one here for you to acquire. Alright, let's get out the drone killing weapon, or tripod. I didn't have enough stamina. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious how... Ooh, that was close. How these guys ended up going from public enemy number 1 for me to just complete non-issues. Like, as I think I said before, the dudes in the Liquidator armor, both the ones with the flamethrowers and the ones with other weapons, are like way more dangerous at this point. Such a total reversal of opinion on my part. Oh come on, no goodies in the boxes? You're disappointing me, Deck 13. Alright, so that leads to some sort of labs, I assume. Let's see what's up first. I'm really hoping to get another shortcut just so I can avoid that big open area and having to fight all the enemies there again. I should have been expecting an ambush. That's what I get for going lax. Oh, this one requires a level of 22, which means it's presumably optional. Where does it lead? Looks like... So it goes into a whole bunch of pipes, so presumably it affects a whole bunch of things? Let's see... Yeah, it looks like it ends up going outside to this room. Oh, this is probably what it affected. Reclamation Buddy V2. Ooh, that's fantastic. That's the implant that gives me more tech scrap. This will probably give me like a 20% boost as opposed to a 10% boost. That's amazing. I'll have to get that equipped as soon as I find a shortcut back to the med bay. Not going back there now. Don't want to refight enemies if I don't have to. Been doing that enough already. Come on, where's the enemy that comes crashing out of the boxes? I know your tricks, game. Actually, oh, there it is. I wasn't sure if that was alive or not. I saw it there, but it looked like it might be a bit scrapped. God, I hate that stamina draining attack. That's just... It's not any fun to deal with. Like, it slows you down too, so it's very difficult to actually escape from it. Why can't I see your health? I didn't unequip the HP bar implant. No, I've been seeing enemies' health thus far. Why couldn't I see your health bar? That was weird. Ooh, Endurance Enhancer V3. That'll give a huge boost to stamina. Alright, things have been surprisingly linear so far. I'm not complaining. Alright, this is a lab of some sort. Pump station. She is the cure. Yep, seen that before. Whatever the hell that means.
Finally! It's you or them, remember?
Okay, that was the person talking to me before, when I started getting attacked by the tripods out in the big area. So if I'm fighting two of them, the whole backstab strategy isn't going to be nearly as effective. At least I can use the environment as a shield. That's a small saving grace. How am I gonna handle this? Wait for them to reload, I guess? Ooh. Fire is so nasty. Does a lot of damage over time. Okay, there they go. That's one down, and now I should be able to go for the backstab on the other. If he doesn't keep pressed up against the wall. It's surprisingly smart. Good on you for doing that, buddy.
Is it? Oh no.
Oh,
That was my work. That was my life. Fuck you. You hear me? Why am I even doing this? They just don't deserve it.
I tried to pick up this item, but unfortunately that's the same prompt as skipping through dialogue, so I missed the first few lines of what she said. My bad. I guess she wanted them to kill me? I thought she was telling me to kill them, though. I probably missed a crucial bit of context by skipping those lines. Okay, so this leads back to the maglev, so that's definitely a shortcut of sorts. Doesn't look like I can access it just yet, though. Probably have to talk to her first. So, this is the first team I've come across in this area. Let me just steal your shit first. Ooh, Botex Power Core. Restores your drone's ability to overcharge out-of-range power circuits.
You can keep the power core, by the way. Your drone looks like it needs it.
Okay, presumably I have to do this to reach necessary ones. Interesting. Let's see what she has to say.
It's just not good enough anymore to have me fired and blacklisted. No. Off with her head. So she can't piss on our parade. Just look at this. Months of work destroyed! This is a nightmare. An utter nightmare. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't even thank you.
You know what's going on here, don't you?
My work here is unofficial. I'm no longer part of Creo. The reality is, I don't exist. Whatever happened, it wasn't our doing. I have my theories, but until I have more information, they'll remain my theories. I haven't heard anything from my associates in days. It's anarchy out there. I'm worried that... Look, I know. I owe you already, but I need another favor.
Depends on the favor.
Okay. This chip holds important data. Data that will save Resolve. And humanity. I need to trust you on this. I wouldn't survive 5 minutes out there, let alone make it to the Executive Forum. You're my only chance to do this. Give it to Bonham or Fox. They're both on the board. It's crucial they get it as soon as possible.
Okay, hand it over and it's done.
Hurry. We're counting on you.
Alright, I have another side quest, I guess. I wonder if I have to do this or if I could have rejected it. Probably a but thou must situation. So give that to Bonham or Fox, who are somewhere.
Well, well. Look who's back. I've told you everything that matters. Bonham and Fox. On the executive floors, they're waiting for this program. But if you've got something better to do than saving mankind, by all means.
Executive floors, getcha.
Who are you, really?
Dr. Chavez. Once, everyone here knew. My team and I were Project Resolve. I helped create it. Ran the labs. But those days are gone. When the problems with Resolve became apparent, I was quickly sidelined. My former colleague was more than eager to put forward his own proposal and take my position. And all the board cared about was that it was cheaper and faster. Nothing else mattered.
So you're telling me Resolve is a lie?
Oh no. Resolve is still going up. At least for the time being. We'd know if it was something else. But they view it as a relic, and they see me the same way. Because I still believe in it. I know I can make it work. That's why we're here. My team and I share that belief.
So what was your colleague's proposal?
I've seen the figures, and believe me, you don't want to know. They seem to have no concept of the catastrophic nature of what they're planning to unleash. Resolve wasn't perfect. But Utopia? It's insanity. He's leading us to the precipice of an extinction-level event. All for the sake of money, time, and ego.
I heard Resolve is toxic. That this shit has been poisoning us for years.
There are no absolutes. Just rose-tinted glasses and shades of gray. Resolve does work. Just not fast enough. It's true. We didn't foresee the side effects to be so... extreme. I could have fixed it. I tried. But Barrett was there waiting. More interested in his own advancement. As soon as I stumbled, he was there to stick the proverbial knife in.
I better get going.
And I'd better get back to work. If you have any more questions, you know where to find me.
Okay, well that was a whole bunch of exposition dump, and here's some more.
Something is wrong with the compound. I know the science is right. Everything checks out perfectly. At least at a theoretical level. Of late, though, I've been experiencing a heaviness on the chest. And occasionally when I exert myself, it takes a minute to regain my breath. The scans aren't showing anything yet, but I'm beginning to wonder if it's due to working directly with these materials.
Oop, item hidden over here. Clever girl. Okay, so my understanding is that Resolve is the whole plan that Creo was doing of launching a bunch of missiles into the atmosphere to release gas in an attempt to halt global warming. I'm guessing the side effects are what caused this whole cyborg thing, or the zombie thing I mean. Or maybe the zombie thing was what one of her colleagues did to try and ruin the project to do his own, which was called Utopia. Anyway, there's the shortcut I was looking for. Might as well step on over to the medbay, although maybe not. I can keep my tech scrap multiplier and the enemies from respawning, and it looks like I'm going to need to do some backtracking, so that's probably the best way to handle things. Okay, so I wish I had known in advance what those symbols meant, that they were for distant overcharging stations that my drone could get to, because I would have kept them more firmly in mind if I had. As it is, I think I'm just going to have to go through this level completely again in order to find my way forward. I know that the first one of those that I came across was actually in the previous area, so maybe I need to go there in order to proceed, but I'd rather try and finish off this one as much as possible first before doing that. Oh, god damn it. Can I just kill you? Please cooperate. So yeah, I guess I'll just proceed through the level as I did before, a lot of which you did not see due to the technical issues. And try and find any of those spots. Not exactly super exciting stuff, but that's what happens when you have exploration and Metroidvania elements in your game. Okay, one thing I immediately want to do is try and get to that item that's, I'm pretty sure I saw on the rafters below, yeah, right there. I probably have to hop over right here. Okay, so this drops me a bit further down to an area I've been in previously. I'm not entirely sure where, though. Oh, it's right by the shortcut I just opened up, okay. Huh, I just had a thought. I wonder if it's possible if I do this properly to just skip all the stuff I actually went through and just drop right into that room directly. That would certainly allow you to skip a lot without relying on glitches. So if you just wanted to speed your way through the game without necessarily doing a proper speed run, that could come in handy. God, I hate that acidic stuff so much. Maybe I should look into the Liquidator gear. Like, its purpose, story-wise, setting-wise, is to shield you from the acid. So maybe its set bonus gives you an immunity to damage from that. That would make sense. And it would give you a reason to use it. Plus, using that would probably free up a lot of core power that my Gorgon set is currently consuming to be used for other things. I don't know, I'll consider that. Let's try this again. Ugh. Deck 13 has really impressed me here. They've managed to create a game with worse platforming than Dark Souls somehow. That is truly an impressive feat. Ooh, it's a drone module. Your drone charges up a powerful magnet, pulling small and humanoid enemies toward it. Interesting. Alright, I'll test that out next time I get the chance. Yeah, you have no choice but to fall down on this side. So you can't use it as a shortcut like I was hoping you might be able to. You know what, if I'm going through the area thoroughly, I should start with this path. Let's do that. Just give the place a once-over and see if I can't find anything new.
Access restriction for this sector remains in effect.
Oh, goodbye.
Been requested.
Thank you for so cordially committing suicide for me.
While the situation is being resolved. Designated Hazard Response Squad, please report to Incident Commander for mission briefing.
You gonna charge at me or what? What are you gonna do, buddy? It also feels like I do less damage towards it when I'm getting struck by that weird stamina draining attack. But that might just be me. Alright, 2 injections left. Gonna have to make them last. Okay, this way was a dead end before, wasn't it? I think it was. Well, it certainly was a dead end, alright. Alright, found one. Right down here, near the beginning. So that activates something down this way. I think this was a dead end before, so this is how I progress here, I guess. Yep. I remember this locked door. Vaguely. Oh wow! That's an enemy that I managed to... Ooh, that's a grisly sight. That I managed to knock down, and I thought it was dead. In fact, it might be. I think it's acting a little bit glitchy because it fell to death. Well, it's not a bother to me, so I don't mind. Metavoltaic Injection V3. What's with me coming across the V3 versions of implants before finding the V2 ones? This might finally be the time to actually switch over to that. At least for one of my injections. Because that restores 50 health, which is pretty sizable. That's half my total. And for only 24 energy, that's not a huge boost in cost. Although it requires a lot of core power. So I would definitely have to take off the Gorgon stuff if I wanted to use it. Oink. Okay, well, that is actually a very useful drone module, damn. Not anything new I found, but I did try out that, so I figured I'd cut in. That could definitely be useful for pulling one annoying enemy from a crowd and dealing with them mano a mano. Okay, so in this room that ended up leading back to the big outdoors area with the multiple tripods, I found another one of those drone charging stations. Right over here. Let's see where this takes me, if this will be just another short side room with some bonus stuff, or if it's actually a way of progression. Because I am thinking the way I need to progress is back in the second area. That seems to be a likely case. Ah! Modaxanol injector. That's the meds that Davey, I believe his name, wanted. Looks like everything's acidic. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, that's definitely not doable unless I have an immunity to that stuff, so... Alright, let's see if the liquidator stuff does indeed give me immunity to that acid, so... Set bonus is... additional elemental resistance. Can I see my elemental defense anywhere? So it's 122. That might still end up helping me, even if it doesn't give me immunity. Alright, so I tried stepping in this acid over there, and as far as I can tell, not only did it not give me immunity, but it didn't even seem to reduce the damage at all, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that stuff, if I'm just supposed to wait until later on in the game, or if they just expect me to truly brute force it. It's really hard to say with Deck 13. They make some shockingly dumb design decisions in this game. It's gonna kill you so you don't interrupt me. There we go. I mean, I guess I'll try it. I only have 2k tech scrap to lose after all. Maybe I can disable the gas somehow if I like explore enough here. Anything I can do? I doesn't know. Although, okay, it looks like the entire area isn't screwed up. So if I can lead the crane over here, I might be able to do something. Of greater immediate annoyance are those drones, which I dealt with, thankfully. Oh, there's one other, because of course there is. Alright, I think I have to duck to avoid that. Come on. Okay, drone's dead. I gotta get out of the acid. Come on. Oh, I have slowed movement, but there's an item. Corroded butterfly. It's a new weapon. New fist weapon. Okay, I haven't used the med station just yet, so I'm just gonna head back there and heal up. Look my wounds. My gross acidic wounds. Alright, it's a machine, so the volatile specter should do the most damage. Alright, let's go. Maybe I can drag it a bit more over in this direction. That would definitely help. Okay, good, it's moving. Good, good. Okay, I was able to duck it. Fantastic. It looks like this is as far as it's going to come, unfortunately. Oh, that did not work out well. Alright, I'm just gonna have to go in and go for the damage. Oh, I am doing nothing to this jerk. Am I not hitting the right area? It's kind of tough to tell at times. God, that does so much damage. Oh, I bust open a panel. Alright, that did a little bit more, but yeah, I'm never gonna be able to kill this thing as I currently am. Okay, I have an idea as to how to deal with this, so I re-equipped the liquidator stuff, since it was actually providing a significant damage reduction from the acid. Not as much as I had hoped, which was total immunity, but it reduces it to around a third of what it otherwise would be, if not less in some instances, so definitely comes in handy. I have less defense, so if I get hit by a regular attack, I'm probably gonna die, but I should be able to avoid that, hopefully. I've swapped over to the Biomaster. My plan is to rush in, hopefully take out the drones post-haste. I have that elemental damage buff implant equipped to hopefully go with that. And then basically stand in the area where I'm not constantly taking damage and try and bait out those crane grabs, and then whack at its head. I'm assuming that'll take decent damage. And if I do things just right, I might be able to take this down right here, right now, rather than just waiting until later. So let's get that buff up and rush in and see how it goes. I know there was a drone over here, so I'm just gonna murder you immediately. Assuming I have the stamina. Get out my metavoltaic injection, since that's useful. Okay, that worked. You know what? This is actually surprisingly doable. Let me use one of my regular injections to top off and get the buff ready for once I actually build up some energy. because there's actually a surprising amount of room you can stand around here safely. Which means I should actually be able to retreat, so if I do this just right, I think I can do it. I gotta pop open its side so I can actually do damage. Oh! Wow, that was embarrassing. Yeah, that's what happens when you get too R1 spammy in this game. Since a lot of the weapons' movesets have multiple hits, you're just kind of locked in for several seconds. No dodge canceling in this, I'm afraid, but that's definitely a workable strategy. Alright. Oh dear, no. I gotta approach. That's not how I approach. Okay. Let's see, maybe make it do the neck attack over. Oh, nope. Come on. Oh, wow, I'm getting damaged a lot by its flames. That's why I was so hurt there. Oh, I'm not handling this well at all. No. Please stop. Perfect. Okay, I got it. Yeah. I just needed to do the right attacks at the right times. For some reason, when you hop over to the side, the armored plates pop open and you can strike the vulnerable bits. I wonder why it does that. Doesn't seem very life-preserving, that. Then again, it's a robot. They're not exactly known for self-preservation. Hello, wow, you followed me a while. Why exactly does your liquidator armor give you immunity and mine doesn't? Ugh.